So this is the last video of the week. It's A29, it's the distributive property, and I'm going to do number 18 here. So once again, these parentheses are here to remind me to distribute my 5 to both numbers. So let's go ahead and do that. So I'm going to take 5 times that and 5 times that. So once again, guys, that's going to give me if I'm not comfortable with that minus sign, I can either say that this is 5 times t minus 5 times 3, in which case, minus 2t, in which case this gives me 5t minus 15 minus 2t, okay? Or I could rewrite this problem here as 5 times t plus negative 3 minus 2t, in which case I have 5 times t, right, plus 5 times negative 3 minus 2t. So this gives me 5t. This gives me a, positive times a negative, right? So that gives me a minus 15 minus 2t. So you see, either way, I get exactly the same answer. So now I'm going to collect up my like terms here. So this one has a t and this one has a t, so I'm going to collect those up, and I'm going to write this as an addition problem all the way through. So it's going to give me 5t, right, plus negative 15 plus negative 2t, and that's going to allow me to use, I'm going to use the commutative property. So I'm going to have these two switch places, so let's do that. When I do that, I end up with, 5t plus negative 5, that's not what I want to say, 5t, hold on, let me go backwards. I don't know why it got rid of that, whatever. Let's use an eraser. So that's going to give me 5t plus negative 2t plus negative 15. All right, so now I collect up my like terms. I'm going to write it right there, my final answer. And I have 5t plus negative 2t, which gives me 3t, and then plus negative 15, which I can write as 3t minus 15. And that would be my final answer. So in this problem here, I think what I will ask you is from this point here, when I'm distributing, why do I end up with a negative 15? And you can either show me this version, or, you can show me it written as an addition, in which case I end up with a negative 15 both ways. So once again, I could write it this way, or I could write it this way. All right, so that would be your question for that one. All right, so this is number 28, and it's negative 8 times the quantity 4 decreased by W. So the first thing I'm going to do is come over here, and I'm going to write this as negative 8 times, so let's go ahead and put a little dot. And then once again, guys, I have the quantity 4 decreased by W. So that tells me, right, that this has to go in parentheses. So what goes in parentheses is this 4 decreased by W. So that's 4 decreased by W. And all that goes in my parentheses. And now just to finish this right, I would go ahead and distribute here. So I distribute that negative 8 to both numbers. So that's going to give me, I'm going to rewrite this as an addition problem, right? So that gives me negative 8 times 4 plus, that's an ugly thing, isn't it? Negative W. And now I distribute that, and I get negative 8 times 4 plus negative 8 times negative W, right? And that a positive times a negative, that's negative, and 8 times 4 is 32. And then a negative times a negative is positive, so I end up with plus 8W. And I'd probably rewrite this just as 8W minus 32. And I'm done. So the question I'm going to ask you is, on this one, let's see, what am I going to ask you, is if I take negative 8 times the quantity 4 minus W, how do I rewrite that as an addition problem? All right, and that's it, guys. Your extra credit is what game am I watching? And the answer is the 49ers and the Jets. And this time,
Started at 10 o'clock.
there you go. All right, there you go, guys. Okay. So,
TV
bye,
guy,
guys. I'll see you tomorrow. That's my dad talking. Bye.